Next show, I want to talk about which genre has more slop.
Ooh,
Halloween or Christmas movies.
I like this. Well,
because you'd first think Halloween, but then you're like, Hallmark produces like 10 or 12 of these things a year.
yep. I was going to say, I go in the Peacock library sometimes, and they are all there.
My buddy Micah watches a lot of Hallmark Christmas movies and like Netflix Christmas movies. And like I tried to last year and I just can't. But I do have my list of movies for, I got to come up with a name for like Matmas or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's only one Christmas movie that matters. Huh? What is it?
I got 25, so I don't know what you're thinking.
The Ref. That's the only one that matters. It's The Ref.
That's Jesus Christ. I for once, I'd like for you to name a movie that you like that isn't a crime movie, because you don't like anything else. You don't like anything else but crime
different
movies.
Other kind of movies. Those are just the easiest ones.
You
to
don't
go
like
to.
sci-fi. You don't like fantasy. You don't like horror. You don't like musicals. What the fuck else is there except for rom-coms? Oh my God, you're just a rom-com and crime guy.
So, the main categories of movies are drama, comedy. I don't know. I kind of like those two things. Do I like fantasy?
You
Absolutely not.
hate 80s comedies, and that's like the heyday of comedies.
I hate the crappy 80s comedies. I like the good ones. I like the good ones. Bring something good on, and don't bring me John
Planes,
Hughes.
Trains, and Automobiles.
I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's John Hughes.
I know. That's the one John Hughes that I don't just despise, but it's the John Hughes with children.
You're the most aggravating human being I've ever met.
It's the John Hughes with children. When he works with children, I don't enjoy it. When he works with adult people, I'm sometimes in.
Oh, my God.
All of Murray's early stuff, I know we've talked about this before, pre-fucking Groundhog Day, it's just not my comedy. It's just like, it's not for me.
So you're going to take his post Groundhog Day stuff like The Man Who Knew Too Little?
No, I don't want that either. Look, I can pick and choose on Murray. Because
you realize that that Groundhog Day is the moment that he kind of like gave up, right? Like that movie like broke him because of his divorce and everything.
Fine, because if he was trying before,
so you're not gonna take Scrooge.
Nope.
You're not gonna take Meatballs.
No.
You're not gonna take Stripes.
Ugh.
You fucking troglodyte.
Ugh. You're giving me terrible options. Give me something good to work with. Jeez, man.
This is going to clip so well for social. We just got to bleep the hell out of it.
It's JFK Day. We're celebrating here.
So my buddy actually sent me a picture yesterday where he goes, I got to pull it up because I can't remember how long it's been. Okay, he sent me a picture that said 12 freaking years ago. And we were producing TV at the time, and we went down to shoot a couple of segments at Dealey Plaza. Yeah. And of course, the day before the 50th anniversary, it was packed. And who did we run into there? But Alex Jones.
Oh, I was live streaming it. I probably saw you on the live stream.
I think you did. So I got a picture of my buddy with Alex Jones, and my favorite thing about that was it was raining.
It was terrible weather that day.
It was raining, and we're standing next to him while he's shooting, because this is before like most people knew who the hell he was, and it was still just like the freak weirdos.
So me, okay, I got you. Same page. Okay, yeah.
Right, like this is before the $1 billion defamation and all that.
Yes, the glory days.
So he's doing a segment, and he's live, and he goes, "Coming up, we're gonna talk with David Icke," and I'm like, "Holy shit, this is gonna go crazy!" So then they go to commercial, and it's raining, and the dude takes a bottle of water, opens it, and dumps it on his head, and we talk to him. We're like, "Hey, cool to meet you," and he goes, "Nice to meet you, brother." And then his producer shoves a placard into my hands, this giant placard that said CIA wanted for the death of JFK. And I'm like, this is going to get so weird, and David Icke's going to be here, and we're going to hear him talk about how like the moon isn't real and lizards
people,
run.
baby.
And my buddies were like, "Hey man, we have to go back because we have to get these pieces on air for tomorrow." I'm like, "No."
Then I'll see you in a little while, guys. I'll take
10
an Uber.
more minutes. Well, I drove, so like it was my car,
Here's
and
the
like I had
keys.
to go.
Can't miss Alex Jones. Jesus Christ. This is Madman Movies podcast, guys. When we talk about movies, man, it was quite the day today. I'm super excited to talk about some things, not so much to talk about others, but we already got all we need to for social media, so it's just icing on the cake at this point.
Well, today is November 22nd, so it's been 63 years.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, since JFK's assassination, and gotta say, I think JFK still holds the title for movie that when I look at it, I feel bad for the editors.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
No, I can't, because like there's every format of film,
Yep.
and like it feels like they shot like 9 million feet, right? Like it,
I would imagine
like
so.
I can't imagine sitting down with that back in, what was it, 94, right? 90. Was it 94?
It was earlier than that.
Maybe. But like I can't imagine sitting down with that stuff and having to put it together. Like that, it feels, and especially with someone like Oliver Stone, like watching
nightmare.
over
A real nightmare.
that seems terrible.
1991
Although
JFK came out.
91, yeah. So we have to give it up first for the there are like 3 things about that movie that I absolutely
Please.
love. Okay, the first one is the fact that you have like a 9-minute scene of exposition that happens like 3/4 of the way through the movie, where it's just
good.
like info dump, where it's like there's no way this is real in terms of like I doubt like this event happened.
Okay, but do you know that guy?
like,
Do you know who that Mr. X is based on?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like I just love the fact that like this was Oliver Stone's moment where he's like, I'm gonna lay it out for you.
That's true. He's had a lot of those.
Like, right. So I guarantee you, like that probably happened over like different meetings and stuff.
sure.
But like, right. So I love that. I love my favorite line delivery. One of my favorite line deliveries of all time. Goes, "Oh, I thought I was shooting at that son of a bitch Kennedy." And then, of course, my favorite fourth wall break in all of cinema, where he's laying it out in the court, and then he turns to the camera and goes, "It's up to you," and walks off like that. Oh,
A court is
stuff.
just lends itself. You know what I'm saying? To the fourth wall break. Just Goodfellas, of course, is another one I think about.
Also, the craziness that we had a president get murdered in broad daylight, and no one has ever gone to jail for it. Like that's real weird.
It's a strange occurrence. Some people suggest that maybe that's the day America ended. I don't know. It's not that kind of show, so we won't dive down into that rabbit hole. But JFK is...
Maybe we get more viewers if it became that kind of show.
Yeah, I don't know if I want those kind of viewers. Viewers, no disrespect. I don't know if I want you or not. There's so many movies that you can point to at different spots in cinema history that have kind of changed things or redirected things. But JFK did it in the real world. Like there was a real investigation after this movie came out, and it was re-brought up all because of some of the things that were shown in this movie, talked about in this movie, may or may not have revealed during this movie. And I love that part of JFK, just like it really impacted the world.
Well, I think the one downside to that movie is that it talked about the Warren Commission a lot, obviously. But in the 70s, there was a separate probe that was done that showed, like, no, it was a conspiracy. There was probably more than one shooter. That basically overrode what the Warren Commission said. So I don't know why he went with the Warren Commission stuff, except for maybe it was, like, at the time, that the movie was taking place. But, like, it feels like there was so much focus put on something that was very quickly in history basically overturned. And I think because of that, most people know about the Warren Commission, but they don't know about the second inquiry.
Right. So I think that part of that at least could be the people that were involved in the Warren Commission have over time shown to be maybe knew some information that got them connected, that got them rising to power. I mean, basically every one of those guys became presidents or Supreme Court justices or that kind of stuff. So is that it's the conspiratorial angle that Oliver Stone's always going to kind of lean towards. I think that's part of it. I mean, that's kind of, again, you talk about when things changed, that could certainly have, there was some deals being made around that time. It sure seems like. I don't know because nobody asked me to be involved, but I did spend so much time in Dallas considering, thinking about being at Daley Plaza, checking all that stuff out. It's as awful of an event, obviously, that it is one of the just most fascinating American events in history, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And, having gone to school here in the 90s, anytime there was a field trip, it was always to the book depository.
Did you ever, I think I've asked this before, but did you ever get to go to the Conspiracy Museum that was right across the street before it closed?
No, but like back in the 90s, I don't think it existed.
It did. No, the 90s was the last time it did, and then it closed down to like 99 or something.
Yep. Really? I never saw it there, but I was also a kid. No, I didn't. I mostly just stuck to the people handing out like pamphlets, outside. But, last thing I think about the JFK thing. First of all, I don't know if anyone has actually walked from the school depository to the Texas
Theater.
Has. Getting there in half an hour.
That's not an easy task.
No, it's not. It's really not. And to also stop and murder a cop on your way, like that's
a little extra effort put in. Sure.
That's an efficiency of time that I kind of wish I had my day to day. Right. Second, I'll just say this about Oswald. Usually in history, when a head of state is shot at or there's an attempted murder, it's to make a political point, right? It's to get attention. Like after John Wilkes Booth shot Lincoln, he jumped off the stage, broke his ankle, and then still took time to shout out some stuff in Latin, Sic Semper Tyrannis.
I would still be on that stage going, "Ah,
Right. But it was to make a point. And what was the first thing that Oswald said?
I'm a patsy, baby.
I don't know. I'm a patsy. That doesn't sound like a guy who just took the shot, who just killed the president, right? Like, it doesn't sound like, I'm just going off of human nature. It's either you do it covertly to, usurp power, or you do it to make a point. And neither of these made sense for him as a lone shooter to me. And also, he got to the Texas Theater pretty darn fast on foot.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. At least he didn't have to worry about parking over there, leaving his car over there. I love you, Texas Theater. I miss you so much.
You can't park over there.
You were so weird about that. I never once ever have had a problem over there.
I have, but I'm just talking about like there's not a lot of parking.
It's infinite amount of parking over there. What are you talking about?
No, every time I've gone there, it's like got to park like 3 blocks away. It's either 3 blocks away or you happen to find a spot right in front of the door. There's no.
I know. I hate sitting there though because I like to smoke before the movie, and I don't want everybody trying to get it on smoke. Come on now, that's what I'm saying. JFK, who is your favorite acting performance in this movie?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. John Candy.
Sold.
Yeah, John Candy killed it.
I miss you, John Candy.
I kind of wish he would have done more of those.
Yeah, well, watching that documentary, it's just crazy to know he died at so young. I mean, I can't imagine the things that he could have done.
I haven't watched it yet because it's
I just cried through the whole thing. I'm used to that now. Yeah. I'm an old man. I just cry now all the time.
Same here.
You know what? we won't actually talk about box office this week because that's Wicked, and we're going to get a clip of that later just because neither one of us should be talking about it, but we're gonna. So we'll be in the Wicked later. But I am fascinated by the new trend that everybody, and when I say everybody, I mean the trashy rags, and we know exactly who you are, and you can call them out if you want to, but have been dancing on Sydney Sweeney's grave because of the new movie that she came out with, failed at the box office. Now, we've had a lot of failures like that this year. The Rock obviously had his movie that came out that made $3, and
Anthony Mackie was right when he said it like 9 years ago.
hit me.
Actors don't open movies anymore. No one goes to see an Anthony Mackie movie. They'll go to see
Right.
The Falcon. Right. Like if people open movies, Tom Holland would be the biggest star outside of the MCU. But everything he's done outside of the MCU hasn't made money.
Boy.
What's his name? The only person I think who can open anything anymore is Tom Cruise, and that's because we've just had 45 years of dealing with Tom Cruise, right? Or 40 years. Or no, because like you're going to get something, but like Glenn Powell's been kind of killing it left and right, but yet what did Running Man make, like 16 million or something?
Great.
Like nothing. Yeah,
Which is sad, and neither one of us has seen it yet, have we?
But this isn't that. No, and this isn't just Sydney Sweeney. That's kind of my point. It's everybody. Like, what was the last movie that did well, and people can point to? Oh, well, I went to go see it because of this actor.
I think Chalamet may be an actor like that. I think that.
I mean,
Marty
so.
Supreme's going to prove that one way or another. That's for sure. I'm there on Christmas Day, but I'm curious if other people are going to come.
But I think you're also like misconstruing critical response for box office, right? Like, I don't think that's going to have a huge box office. It'll probably sweep awards.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is he going to put asses in seats? I mean, that's the hardest version of a movie to do that with your cachet. Can Timothée Chalamet bring people into an independent movie that is for the award season, but make box office glory out of that? I am really fascinated because, you know what? Anaconda comes out the same day.
Let's take a look at One Battle After Another. It is the highest grossing movie from Paul Thomas Anderson. It crossed 200 million, right? Still don't know if it's made profit yet, but it crossed 200 million. Do you think any of that is because people want to see a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, or they've just heard good things about the movie in general? Because it's taken time to get to 200 million. And I think it's from word of mouth. I don't think it's, if it was from just Leo, I think people would have flocked to it opening weekends, considering this is like his third movie in 6 years.
Yes and no. I mean, I think that people still need to find out about that. So I think that we're still in that segmented moment in time where nobody has the same media. So I think I agree with you. A lot of it is good word of mouth, but I think that there is still a key component that was still, Leo's got a new movie. And I don't think that people hear that and immediately rush out opening weekend. But I think that second and third weekend, that's when you might see also, let's just go watch a Leonardo DiCaprio movie. And it has good word of mouth.
See, I don't think that, except for Tom Cruise, I don't really know if like actors open.
I mean, those would be the only two. I mean, we're talking about the exceptions. I mean, Glenn Powell has proven already this year multiple times that he doesn't open movies, and that's your guy. If anybody was going to do it, Glenn Powell would be the one to do it.
How did Twisters do? Because I don't remember. At first, I thought Twisters was going to be the biggest movie of last summer, but I think it was just kind of like respectable.
Yeah, but no blowing you out the box office.
And that kind of leads into like, what is a flop? Like, what is a success?
I don't think that they care anymore.
Obviously not, because so this year alone, Warner Brothers has had Sinners, Minecraft, which made all the money. One Battle After Another, Superman, which they said profited them $100 million.
Not bad.
Profited $100 million. No, that's incredible. And yet they've had a huge, not only list of hits, but like succession of them. Like every single one's like made money, right? And that's not even talking about what is it? The Conjuring and the what's the one with the pre-medic, like the
Nun.
what's the other big the other big horror franchise, Final Destination.
Oh, I forgot about that, and I enjoyed
they
the
had
crap
another
out
one
of
of those. Yeah. Right. Okay. So they have all these hits and they're making money, and now they're like, yeah, let's sell. It's like, no, you show that you can do what you do well again. Please keep doing this. You don't need to sell. You don't need to sell now.
You wish that was the case, but that is literally how every business in America works now. We've talked about numbers, box office numbers versus streaming numbers. I think that streaming numbers may be getting a smidgen more accurate when we hear these things that come out, but I still am always kind of questioning, the Mark Wahlberg movie streamed 56 million times. Maybe not. And again, that's where the name value comes into play. It's not putting their asses in seats, but it is clicking play at house on Netflix.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they're counting this towards the total, because I think they said it just box office alone, Superman made $100 million for them in profit, but it has been killing it on HBO Max or whatever it's called now. Like, it is, I think, the best streaming thing they have.
Yeah, and so
yeah, they've won. They won this year. They're selling.
But yeah, I guess the box office star has switched. I mean, it's crazy to see Julia Roberts be in streaming shows, but fantastic streaming shows. I mean, I love the one that she did with the Mr. Robot guy. But she knows, and I think I guess that's just where we're at, which is okay. I'm just not a content guy. I'm not a big fan of just general content. I will still watch highbrow shows, whatever that might mean. I guess new Ethan Hawke show, fantastic, and that would have been a fun movie. I would love to have watched that as a movie.
Right. I kind of want TV to go back to being like episodic and kind of cheap again. Because like, I don't know. One of the things I liked about TV in the before times was that, you could say, hey, which one do I want to watch? And you could throw on a random episode of Knight Rider or Friends or whatever. And yeah, it might have some overarching themes in there, but usually you're going to get a self-contained short story. And I think there's something really, and I think one of the shows that did it best was
I thought you were just going to say Renegade.
Right.
Okay,
so I've actually been streaming Renegade because Shout Factory streams. First of all, Shout Factory is putting up a ton of movies, and they do 24-hour streams on YouTube, and one of them is Renegade. And man, I
always wanted to be him when I grew up. I mean, not the real him, the Renegade him. The real him seems like a terrible human being, but the Renegade him, fascinating.
The first feature film I got paid to edit starred Lorenzo Lamas. So 30,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's 10,000 more leagues, guys.
That is fanciful.
But I kind of wish TV would go back to being a little cheesy, because I've been watching some reruns of Knight Rider, and it's like, oh man, this is.
It's easy in the background. Sometimes I still am angry that we spent our entire childhood, just being sold to. Those things weren't made for entertainment; they were made to sell you products. So sometimes that still bothers me a little bit, But how they sold, of course,
still that way now.
How they sold foot cream during Hogan's Heroes, I don't know. That's just strange to me, but. That's the world we live in, huh?
I was actually watching an old Christmas special with it was Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra, and they had two sponsors. One of them was cigarettes, of course. And the show started, and he Sinatra turns around and immediately goes into a cigarette pitch. Like, we had just heard that they were a sponsor and immediately went into it.
Honestly, you got me excited there for a second. I thought you were going to say there was a Christmas episode of Hogan's Heroes that I needed to watch. I would be so in for that. Can we get them back together?
I've never watched the full episode.
We're not friends anymore, but that's okay. I'll forgive you eventually. I'm just kidding, guys. We're still friends. But what I am saying is,
do you know the guy? The actor who played?
I know him all.
What was his name?
Sure.
Colonel
Yes.
Klink, right?
Yep.
Was Jewish, and he said the only way he'd take the role is if none of his plans ever worked. Like he had
And
to
that's the
fail
only
all
way
the
that
time.
show worked. I mean, it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's the only way the show works because otherwise you're watching
Awful.
something really
Terrible.
depressing.
Yeah, but
And we didn't put that stuff on TV in the 60s.
it's the genius of creativity. Just being able to, the perspective that you approach something from can change the whole thing. And,
That's a show you could never get on air now. Like that would be the equivalent of doing a show about
what? Please, I'm listening.
remember those remember those Americans we got caught like waterboarding and
in Abu
terrorizing
Ghraib?
people.
Yep.
Abu Ghraib, yeah. It would be like doing a funny version of that now. Like that's the time lapse. That's the time lapse.
I'm out. I can't do it anymore. Can we write?
Right. That's my point. Like the fact that they tried something like that with Heil, Honey,
Yep.
I'm Home.
I have indeed seen that.
Have you ever seen that?
Yep.
Which is bonkers. And like on paper, you're like, oh, this could be fun. And you're like, no. Like the second you think about it, you're like, no, this is terrible. So it kind of makes you wonder how a show about, a prisoner of war camp in World War II.
Did you ever see the movie Four Lions? Okay, so that is your Hogan's Heroes comedy of the new age, where it was four friends who were Middle Eastern who decided they should probably become terrorists.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. I've seen parts.
My glorious God.
I've seen parts of it. I know
oh,
what
my
you're
God.
talking about.
When the fucking sheep blows up, Jesus, Joseph, Mary in heaven, I've never laughed that hard in my life. Oh, and so when you do extreme stuff like that, it either works or it doesn't. Oh,
But no, I haven't watched that.
tell
But
me.
you know what I have been watching? That's a segue. I've been watching a lot, actually. I watched Begonia.
Yes.
Loved it. I would, at this point, it's like, okay, well, they've done like 9 movies together.
A lot of them.
2 years now. I'd probably get sick. No, probably one of my favorites of the year. I absolutely love it. Jesse Plemons, I know everyone loves him. We've all loved him since Breaking Bad, but man, this guy, he's got it. He's so
I don't want to be
good.
snooty or anything, but I've had stock in Jesse Plemons since Friday Night Lights. So
Yeah, he's great. I watched Begonia, loved it. Watched Eddington last night. Didn't love it as much. Sorry, someone decided to call me. I liked it a lot. Right around halfway through, I'm like, man, this is getting a little long, and then it takes a real quick left turn.
yes,
And I'm like, oh, okay. And it went from being way too realistic to kind of a cartoon.
you got to soften that blow.
But by the end, it was kind of cartoonish. But I don't know how I feel about it yet. But I'll give it another go because I liked it, but I don't know how to what degree. That said, I've also watched One Battle After Another 2 more times because I think it's my favorite movie of the year. I love that. Watched F1 finally.
Not in the theater, at home.
At home, and it's kind of like Gravity.
I know exactly what
If
you
you know
mean
what I
because
mean.
I've seen them in the theater. I'm so glad I saw it in theater.
I wish I had. Not saying it's bad, but something's missing at
Yeah,
home,
I mean,
think,
sometimes when you make those movies, you gotta you leave things on the cutting room floor that aren't as pretty, and so the story isn't as much.
How'd you feel about Brad Pitt in it?
I mean, we're late stage Brad Pitt. We are.
Did he feel like he was in Cliff Booth gear?
Yeah, probably a little bit. Yeah, we may get that for a while now.
Right.
I mean, in the next few pictures may be that too. And obviously, when Cliff Booth comes back to life, we'll get that as well. Can't believe that. That's still crazy to me. But that's actually a thing that's happening. That has happened. We just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's gonna be odd because I can't remember the last time somebody made a movie or a show, whatever, off of a script that Tarantino wrote.
Since the mid '90s,
It's
right?
been a while.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.